So my name is Norman Ford. I am a senior at ASU. I'm working on my degree towards organizational leadership. Um, I am interviewing a event planner today as part of my sports event class. Um, Part of the class, one of the assignments we've been tasked with is making my own event. So, like for that, for instance, I created a event called a Ultimate Summer Day Camp. Just a little background on that. It's an event for kids age 10 to 15, kind of like a marathon Olympic event, testing endurance, doing things like an obstacle course, archery, swimming, biking, just kind of like unconventional methods that'll kind of test kids' strength, test kids' endurance, and encourage them to be active and kind of, you know, want to remain so throughout the year. Um, for this particular assignment, again, I'm interviewing an event director. Um, for that, I kind of looked within my city's newsletter. I found like a list of sponsors, and one particular name stood out. So Tracy Diane is an event director in the city. I've actually had a experience at going to one of her events in the past when my school won a football championship back in 2009. I don't remember much about the setup, but just the name was familiar and the face stood out. So I followed up and reached out for an interview. Tracy, if you could just introduce yourself, and then I just had some questions that I wanted to ask.
Well, thank you so much. It's nice to see you again. I know you probably don't remember me. It's been a while, but I appreciate that you remembered our company. So, yes, my name is Tracy Diane. I am one of the local event directors in the city, and we have the opportunity to take and uh, partner with local schools or other events that want us to take and create a successful event for them. And so, as you indicated, we did do an event for your school. And what happens is normally they take and contact our company, and we take and we cover a whole wide range of activities and planning for them. We take in, we take in and we secure the venue, depending on where it is they want to have it at. We secure the venue. We secure what type of food, the menu that they want. We secure the servers. If they want buffet or sit down, we make sure that we have enough servers available. We also look at the decorations. We send out invitations, and then we also track those. So we are at the door when people come in. If they want them to have tickets or whatever it is, our people are there to make sure that everything runs smoothly from start to finish. If they need a DJ, if they need a photographer, whatever it is they need, our event department, our location is able to secure that and to do that for them. So that way it's a stress free environment for the planner. Everything runs smoothly, everything is just ran in house, and we just take care of everything. And it appears that it was successful because you remembered us from, when did you say it was 2009, right?
Yeah, it's been a while.
So, yes, it's been a while, but yes, our company is really it's sought after. We work with a lot of schools, a lot of non-school places as well, companies, and we enjoy this.
Nice, nice. I'm glad to hear. So, like I said, I did have some questions. So, what do you love most about, like, say that type of event, for instance?
Well, I love working with people, and I love especially, young people. And, school events are just, they're wonderful because the children are the future, right? No matter if they're elementary, if they're high school, if they're college, they are our future. And so I love being able to, see how they're growing and just being there on the sideline, seeing their accomplishments, hearing their awards, it gives us great pride to see that we're contributing to a memorable night or a memorable evening for them. It's an event that they'll remember and an event that we remember. So we just love being able to partner with other companies and just, appreciate those that they're appreciating.
Nice, nice. Well, my next question kind of carries off of that. Why did you start this event?
Me being an event director, is
Uh,
that
well,
what you mean?
Not necessarily. I guess the event, for instance, like sports banquets, or just even hosting that type of event. Why did you start doing that type of stuff?
Well, as I kind of preluded to a little bit ago, um, I love being involved with children, and being able to be an event director just gives us another way of being able to help the community. We do it for local events, local communities. And so we're able to network and build those relationships. People can reach out to us. They can like you say, you looked at us, you recognize us. This is how we get repeat customers. Is like, hey, my son had a football banquet that company hosted. So it's nice that people recognize us, but we like doing good work. We want the children to feel appreciated. That's what we're all about. Not only are we trying to make sure we put that forth the best product, we want to make sure that people remember us.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's the best way to get more business, especially repeat business. Um,
Correct.
so we're a couple years, I guess, removed from the COVID-19 pandemic, but it definitely impacted certain industries, and I can imagine it definitely impacted the event planning industry. How did that kind of change your business and what you guys were able to do?
You are right about that. COVID definitely made a difference in our lives because we went from being very busy to being not busy, where we had people who had events scheduled that canceled or they're like they were postponing at first and then eventually it became a cancellation because COVID didn't stop and it still hasn't stopped. But the good thing is that business is finally picking back up. We are now able to start hosting events again and helping companies who are now looking towards doing like Christmas banquets that they didn't do last year or the year before because of COVID. So it altered a lot of our work where we started thinking of, okay, what else can we do? It's like, okay, so we started looking at like other avenues of still being involved, like maybe creating like greeting cards that people could do appreciation for that way, like the thank yous. So we just kind of had to change our focus a little bit. We've still been here, but just making ourselves just more user friendly to other people, other avenues that we weren't using before.
That makes sense. Some industries were able to kind of be virtual, not necessarily face to face, but online, just like what we're doing now on Zoom. Uh, was that an aspect of your business at all? Were you able to adopt anything virtually to still stay connected to your customers or still plan events that way?
Well, it's kind of hard to plan like events when you're not actually together, but we did do a little bit of planning, a little bit of events where we're meetings, companies would have like virtual team meetings or Zoom meetings. And we were able to kind of come up with a few like games, where we could kind of like host it, like facilitate it,
Nice.
their meetings. So we were able to do that via Zoom, but because it's like they had I remember one company had a virtual Christmas party and everybody just kind of dressed up and then we just kind of led some songs and we just did some games, so just incorporating things differently. But now I am really excited that this year things are going more into not necessarily indoors, but some outside activities,
True, yeah.
where people are finding restaurants that have patios, and then that's where we're doing things, at the park. We're able to do picnics and stuff. I don't know what December is going to look like because it's going to be kind of cold, but some companies are still trying to plan some year-end events that they weren't able to do.
No, yeah, yeah, definitely. People are being flexible and adapting to the environment. That makes sense. Um, so again, it sounds like business is kind of picked up or it's starting to pick up again for you. How is business like overall right now?
So right now it's getting better. I mean, it's like 100% better from last year, which of course, anything is better than last year. because everything was changed. So I would say it's definitely 100% better. I mean, we're still doing some virtual meetings and events and stuff, but we are tailoring more outside things. So I think that's good. I hope that's the way we're going to go in the future. I hope that COVID will continue to go down and things people will be able to be out there and enjoy like those banquets like they used to. It's kind of hard, celebrating the children when you're all on Zoom, and people are missing that socialization that normally happens.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I definitely believe we're better for sure.
Nice, nice. That kind of actually leads me into my next question. Obviously, COVID impacted all of us. We were all kind of sidelined doing whatever we were doing, even having to be stuck indoors. Um, I know not everybody necessarily handled that the best. Did you have any like clients who just weren't willing to get on the same page, who just didn't understand, just for whatever reason, were not able to comprehend that everything was kind of shut down, not just your industry?
Yeah, I think for most part, most of our clients, if they didn't contact us, we contacted them, because things were shut down and we couldn't, forward as business as usual. Business had to change, right? And so, so most people were understanding about that. Most people were concerned about their safety as well as their guests and those who would come in contact with them. And so I would have to say, for the most part, everyone was pretty good about it. I mean, if we had to give refunds, we gave refunds back. If they wanted to reschedule it and hold it off, until it was available, then we were able to do that. So we pretty much worked with our clients, and our clients worked with us.
Nice. That's good to
It
hear.
was a give and take. Yes.
That's good to hear. I know a lot of companies didn't offer things like that, so that's definitely one of a kind. Um, so again, I saw your name, in City Newsletter. I saw that you're still sponsoring different programs. Has that changed at all? I mean, did you have to, kind of take a step back when things slowed down, or did you remain the same as far as what you were offering to the community and you know stuff like that?
Yeah, no, our business still remains the same. We are still here to support the community and the business, and especially the children. So sports events, sports banquets, anything that encourages, we are still there. If we get sponsored by, our department has um, worked with caterers who has, sorry, something popped up on my screen.
No problem.
Our department has worked with caterers who have, donated, foods or menus, um, food choices to the organizations that we're working with. So we have those partnerships with corporations who, donate the paper goods, donate some of the drinks, so we're still working on that, so no, we're still in it, and we still offer sponsorship as much as we can, depending on what the need is.
Nice, nice. Sorry, something in my eye. So again, business slowdown. Again, understandable for everybody. Um, did that change like staffing? Did that change with how you recruited new people? Were you able to kind of keep some of those long-time employees or long-time volunteers? Um, how did that aspect change?
Yeah, so that definitely did impact us because we went from like a full service organization to not actually doing events in person. So that definitely changed our workforce. So we did have to unfortunately let some of our employees go, or we had them be available on a like as needed basis, as a lot of companies did. Unfortunately, they had to, lay off people or maybe shut those hours down or change what they were doing. And so when we did change to like some of the virtual events, then we were still able to use some people, I mean, because we still had people who were helping to host the games or sending, the invitation. So we still had work, but it was just maybe different work than being out there, serving or being out there decorating. They're doing something else, so it did impact our workforce. We're happy to say that, a lot of our people, they're coming back. They may have had just intermittent jobs, while they were waiting for COVID to be over. It's not over, but, they're able to come back and do some of that work. So, definitely did impact, but, we're thankful that we had loyal employees, who wanted to come back once we were able to actually hire them back.
That's important. That's important. I mean, that speaks a lot to just I guess the business culture. So if they're willing to return, especially after a hiatus or a break. That speaks a lot to how good your guys' company runs. Um,
Thank you.
yeah, I don't think I have any other questions. You answered all my questions. I'm finding it's a lot harder planning an event than I previously thought. I had no idea about all the different things that go into it. Making timelines, layouts for
Yes.
venues, scheduling, booking, all that stuff. I had no idea. So yeah, it's definitely eye opening for me. I don't know if it'll be my forte going forward, but for this particular class, I definitely learned a lot. Hopefully, it can still help me in the future when I go towards, having my own business, and I'm sure it will. So if I need to plan any events in the future, I'll definitely keep you guys in mind.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, we love helping the community and just being there. So, again, good luck on your class. Hope you get that A, or, I'm sure that's what you're going for, and whatever degree you're going for. Good luck. Keep up the hard work. I mean, it's really commendable to see a young man out there trying his best and working hard for the students. So that's good. Keep it up.
Thank you,
And
thank you.
thank you again for the opportunity.
No, thank you. Thank you for taking the time out. It's nice talking to you again, Tracy. Thank you.
You're welcome.